FMBA of Russia is the Federal Medical Biological Agency. It is a unique service that has no analogues in the world. The agency was created more than 70 years ago to provide medical assistance to employees of industries with particularly dangerous and harmful working conditions. Over the years, the FMBA of Russia has grown into a powerful structure with enormous scientific potential, highly qualified medical staff, and wide international connections. Today, the FMBA of Russia includes more than 200 subordinate organizations. This is a powerful network of advanced healthcare facilities across the country. The Krasnoyarsk region is the very center of Russia, a huge region where boundless plains become boundless forests, where ancient rocks and the mighty Yenisei River are neighbors to recent technological advances and modern scientific institutions. The Federal Siberian Research Clinical Center of FMBA of Russia, one of the leading medical institutions in Siberia. High-tech operations, nuclear and sports medicine, neurorehabilitation, prompt medical care to the injured in industrial and natural disasters. All this is only a small part of the center's activities. The center is on the list of medical institutions of the country that fulfill the state's order for the provision of high-tech medical care. Annually, more than 1,000 patients receive medical care using high technologies available at the Siberian Research Clinical Center. Organ transplantation. High-tech surgery can save the life of an incurably ill patient when other methods are not efficient. The Federal Siberian Research Clinical Center of FMBA of Russia conducts operations on kidney and liver transplantation. Doctors of the medical institution have been trained in leading transplant clinics of the world. Today, the Ministry of Health of the Russian Federation attaches great importance to the development of organ donation in the regions. Thanks to the results achieved in this field, our center is to be in charge of donor coordination among the medical institutions of the Siberian Federal District. It took only 18 months to build this center of nuclear medicine. It consists of two buildings: the therapeutic building of radionuclide therapy and the diagnostic center of positron emission tomography. In the department of radionuclide therapy, patients with thyroid cancer and thyroid toxicosis are treated. This hospital works 24/7 and its patients take radioactive iodine, the dosage of which is calculated for each patient individually. The effectiveness of treatment reaches 99%. To treat prostate cancer at the first and second stage, brachytherapy, interstitial radiation therapy with iodine-125 is performed. About a dozen of different pharmaceuticals are produced at the Center of Positron Emission Tomography, which is more than in any other nuclear medicine center of Russia. With their help, diagnostics of oncological, cardiological and neurological diseases is carried out. On the basis of the center, experts examine neuroendocrine tumors, identify Parkinson's disease in early stages, assess myocardial viability. Application of new radiopharmaceuticals allowed to significantly expand the indications for positron emission tomography, one of the cutting-edge diagnostic methods. In the future, it is planned to implement an investment project for the construction of a hadron therapy center, thanks to which Krasnoyarsk will have the most advanced fully-fledged medical complex for treatment of oncological diseases in Siberia and the Far East. Strokes, cardiocerebral traumas, spine injuries, diseases of the vascular system often lead to serious consequences. A person loses the ability to walk, talk and move. Such patients need a long course of rehabilitation. The Federal Siberian Research Clinical Center of FMBA of Russia applies a multidisciplinary approach to treat such patients. Today, it is a world standard. A high-profile team of specialists take care of such patients: neurologists, psychotherapists, manual therapists, nurses, masseurs, instructors of therapeutic physical training. With the help of modern devices, they help patients to lead a full life. Each patient has an individual program which allows to recover impaired functions in the most efficient way, with the help of modern robotic simulators, traditional methods and authors' methods of diagnosis and treatment. Athletes and their health is one more area of work of FMBA of Russia. Each 10th athlete of the Olympic and Paralympic national team is assigned to the center. Here, the athletes have their medical examinations, get admission to competitions and all necessary preventive care. Today, the center provides medical care for gold and silver medalists of the Olympic Games. Another important area of sports medicine is rehabilitation of athletes after injuries. The restoration is carried out with the help of the most modern simulators with biofeedback and under the supervision of experienced specialists who have repeatedly confirmed their professionalism at international competitions of the highest level. In 2019, Krasnoyarsk will host a Winter Universiade. The medical center of the Universiade village has already been built on the territory of Siberian Federal University. Its work will be supported by the specialists of the Federal Siberian Research Clinical Center of the FMBA of Russia. Another venue providing healthcare for the World Student Games will be the Center for Restorative Medicine and Kinesiotherapy of the Federal Siberian Research Clinical Center of FMBA of Russia. It will house a unique multidisciplinary laboratory where doctors will observe, train and restore athletes. The Siberian Research Clinical Center provides medical support for events conducted by the Ministry of Emergency Situations of Russia in the aftermath of natural disasters and emergencies on the territory of the Ural, Siberian and Far Eastern Federal Districts. As part of the Siberian Search and Rescue Team of AMERCOM of Russia, the Brigade of Emergency Response of the Center successfully passed the INSARAG International Certification, confirming its readiness to eliminate consequences of emergencies incidents in any country of the world. The Emergency Response Team consists of more than 200 doctors. The center has a unique mobile hospital which consists of an operating room, resuscitation and dressing rooms, and headquarters with satellite communication. On the first call, doctors and cars with equipment and medicines immediately leave for the scene. Each such trip is like a combat sortie. Experts have an hour to deploy a mobile hospital in the emergency zone to provide the necessary medical care to the injured. In 2016, the center was given the status of a scientific institution. Today, fundamental and applied research in the field of medicine is conducted here. On the basis of the medical institution, Molecular Genetics Laboratory of Siberian Federal University was opened. Specialists conduct diagnostics and prognosis of oncohematological diseases, study mutation in genes. Based on the results, doctors choose the most effective treatment tactics. Also, laboratory staff assess the risk of developing neurodegenerative diseases, such as Parkinson's disease. In addition, the laboratory conducts research that is part of the genetic passport of health. The passport contains a detailed and individual description of the factors and degree of risk of developing serious diseases, as well as recommendations for their effective prevention. Scientific programs of the center have already been planned for 5 years. As a result of scientific research, new methods for diagnosing socially significant diseases will be obtained. Articles will be published in leading peer-reviewed journals with protection of intellectual property. New dissertations are to be written and new developments are to be launched on the market. Another important area of activity is education. The training facility is equipped with everything that is necessary for the educational process. The center provides advanced training courses for doctors and heads of clinics, pharmacists and nurses. Also, specialists of the center conduct field seminars and trainings abroad. The high-profile team of our specialists is known far beyond the borders of Russia. International symposia and conferences are held annually on the basis of the Federal Siberian Research Clinical Center. An international symposium of the Asia-Pacific Economic Cooperation has been held in the center twice. To date, the center has signed agreements on cooperation in medical and scientific fields with medical institutions of India, the Philippines, Belarus, Korea, Kazakhstan, Mongolia and Kyrgyzstan. Today, the Federal Siberian Research Clinical Center holds a strong leadership position within the FMBA system of Russia and the healthcare of Krasnoyarsk region. This institution has sufficient scientific and technical potential for solving medical problems of any complexity. The center continues to actively develop through applying new technologies, improving quality and availability of medical care, developing latest trends in modern medicine.